So it's been a while since I've done a video like this regarding toy news or really any video actually. I've been pretty busy these past few weeks. But as you can see, we're going to be talking about some new information that Bandai Tomodachi Nation has dropped on their social medias regarding the Hell's Paradise figures they're going to be making towards the end, not the end of the year, but later this year, really. This anime is a couple episodes in now. I'm digging the anime so far. I'm halfway through the manga too, and it's a really sick series. I think a lot of people are starting to dig it as well. Don't sleep on Hell's Paradise, people. It is really sick. We've known about Gabimaru for a while, I think ever since November. And a couple months ago, I think an image of Sagiri was shown off, but they just never really showed an official image. But we have new pre-order images out right now. So first of all, you've been seeing this image that we've kind of already known about with Gabimaru. In regards to the price, the Japanese price is 7,400 yen. Getting close to 7,500 actually. I think that's going to be around 55 bucks before the shipping. This is going to be about 70 bucks. It's going to be maybe a little bit more than that after shipping. So be wary. These are going to be a little bit more expensive here. This figure does look really nice. Here's an image. I forget exactly what move this is, but this boy can spit fire basically, like literally. And we have a hand gesture for that and a face for that as well. I do wish we had a flame effect though. That would have been nice. Looking at the figure, there's not much difference here than what we saw originally in that first, pretty much teaser image of this figure months ago. But it is cool to get a little bit of a better idea of some of the articulation. I think that the outfit overall is done really nicely. I think there's that the cloth piece around the waist is going to have a little bit of articulation as well. The legs look a little bit baggy. That's just because, that's how his outfit looks. But there's going to be some pretty good articulation there as well. So this is a pretty cool image right there. And then we have an alternate face plate, I should say. It's going to have occasionally he will cover his mouth. He has a little piece for a mask, basically. And that's cool that they included that face as well. So that's really cool. There's not much else to go over here. It does look like it has some pretty decent articulation going on. Pretty standard engineering, what we've seen lately, where I think we're going to have like a slightly soft plastic piece around the butterfly joint area so it doesn't get in the way of the articulation or the sculpting, even though there's a little bit of gappage there. I actually, I'm kind of just looking at this image here, going over some random things that I'm noticing. The hair pieces, we know how to interchange faces on these figures, where, it's pretty much half of the hair sculpt is separated. It's hidden pretty well here, if you ask me, at least in this image here. I don't know if it's going to translate that well once we get the product in hand, but in these images, they've hidden that break in the hair pretty well. We do have another image here. You can see some of the different hands we're getting. You also get a katana here. That is really sick. And a screaming face, some fists as well. There's not much else I can go over on here as well. It's a pretty standard design for this character. It's a pretty basic outfit, but that's kind of, how it is for this particular character. And I'm really glad that based on these images, the range of motion looks pretty good as well. This is a very agile fighting character that we have here. So, being able to do the poses you would want to do with Gabimaru is going to be really sick for this figure. We have another image here of a kick. You can see that face with the mask again, some posing hands. So I'm not entirely sure all the different types of hands going on here, but we're definitely getting a lot of different hands, including different posing hands, as well as fists, and as you saw, a weapon holding hand. I was concerned that we weren't going to get that because this character doesn't really use weapons all that much, because this character, I should say, himself is a weapon. He is an absolute menace. Oh, man. But I am glad that we're getting some weapons with this, and noticing the bottom of the feet has some really good details there too. That is really sick. So excited for that. Last thing I want to talk about when it comes to the images that they were showing off is he gets a more comedic, I guess it can be a talking head too, but this is more of like a I don't know, more of a confused face for him. Sometimes he's like, oh, what a pain or what a bother or whatever. This is kind of a face like that. So that's cool that we're getting a face that's a little bit more comedic. It kind of reminds me of sometimes we'll get those with Figma characters. Actually, other SH Figuarts characters have been having that lately too. Kind of like Naruto and the One Piece figures we're going to be getting soon. have faces like that. This one's not too funny to where it kind of like takes you out of it, but it's still a nice addition if you ask me. Okay, now going on to the figure that's brand new that they show off, Sagiri. So this figure, in terms of the Japanese price, 8,200, close to 8,300 yen. So this is a bit more expensive. That's like a little over $60 before shipping in American US dollars. So that's gonna be like $80, man. That is, one thing I will say is these figures do look good, but man, that price is hopefully the stuff that this figure can do and the stuff it comes with is warranting the price. I do think that with how some things are done here, it's kind of like the Bleach figures effect. It's pretty blocky just because she has this, these robe type, aesthetic going on. I can't really know how to describe it, but it's more of a robe aesthetic going on in her outfit. It's very blocky in some areas, so I do think the sculpting is broken up a little too much because of the articulation. But I think the rest of this figure, though, besides the legs, they are a little bit rough here. The rest of the figure is really gorgeous. I think they did a really great job overall. So here is a closer-up image of... closer-up is not a word. A close-up image of this figure here. I believe... I want to say the hairpiece, her ponytail, is articulated as well. So there's that, because it was in a different position earlier. So that's going to be sick. Hopefully it's not too loose or anything. I think... I don't really know what that's called. I guess that would be a ribbon. A really large ribbon in her hair. It also looks like it can move. She has a weapon storage for her katana. This image shows the fists as well as the smiling face, of course. So that's cool that we have those included there. Me noticing the hips, though, there's a kind of a weird break around the hip area where, you have like the outer layer over the inner layer of the sculpting there. I don't really know what overall they're thinking with the engineering there. I don't think it looks horrible, but I'm just like, I'm not really sure what they're going for there right now. But here's another image with some posing going on there. I guess, based on what I was talking about just a second ago, they're doing this so that way you can have a little bit of a better T-joint going on, or, moving out the leg, but... I don't know. I am a little bit hung up on how blocky and just wavy the legs look. But as you could see in the arms, they do look a little bit loose there too, but I think not as bad as the legs. And we at least get some decent range of motion, as you can see with the two-handed sword pose right there. More of a serious face. That one is really sick. I'm not sure if the sheath can come off at all. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Here is another face sculpt. This is a little bit more kind of like what I was talking about with Gabimaru's slightly comedic face. We have this one right here where she's just like, like, really? A couple times in the manga, it can be kind of funny, but not too funny, though. Is still very much a serious manga. But it's cool they're including some faces to give these characters a little bit more of a personality. You get some better idea of the details around the chest as well, especially around the stomach there. Oh, that looks really cool. I do think, though, around the hip area where the stomach is, it looks, again, a little too blocky. But I don't know. I've said that like 40 times, basically, in this whole video. Here is an image of Sagiri with Gabimaru right there, looking really nice. You don't really see Gabimaru that well in this image here, but this is... I don't remember what exact moment they're doing in the from the manga here, but yeah, they're kind of at odds a couple times, and so that's going to be cool that not only do you have two figures coming out soon, so you can have them basically both as allies but as adversary as well, not to spoil anything, but that's really sick. Last but not least, just an image of both these two figures, as you can see, both of them looking really nice. I am really digging how overall both of these look. Gabimaru a little bit more than Sagiri, just because Sagiri has some parts that are a little too loose or too wavy, I guess, but both of them have really nice looking aesthetics to them. I think that they nailed the overall detailing and sculpt based on, I guess, the anime more than the manga. I mean, the anime is following the manga pretty well based on the art style, so I think that both these figures here can work as both manga and anime counterparts. Really quick, last but not least, they are making SH Figuarts minifigures for this line. This is kind of like almost like Nendoroids almost, but like for SH Figuarts. Not much going on, just Gabimaru being shown off here. They don't really have the greatest amount of articulation. I don't really know all about the accessories either. I don't own any of these figures from this line. But, you know, if you are interested in figures like this, there you go. They're also making Sagiri. She does come with her katana at least, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I will leave information down in the description below where, you know, you can get the information from. I got it from Bandai Tamashii Nation's Instagram, April 26th. I don't know what the U.S. times are going to be just yet. It might be either around like 8 or 9 p.m. on the 26th, or even could be like 3 a.m. sometimes on the 27th. Or maybe even like late at night on the 27th as well, like around 8 p.m. as well. Sometimes it's a toss-up. Their times could be different, but that's usually how it is. It's either early in the morning or getting close to the evening time. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about these figures down in the comments below. Are you watching Hell's Paradise? I am. I think I already mentioned that. Let me know if you are, what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Thanks, guys. See you later.